guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Untitled, and today I'm going to be doing jumps on the rig. There's quite a few jumps on this. This video will probably be really long. If you want to split it up into parts, you can. I really don't care. And if you would like an in-depth tutorial on any of the jumps that I show on this map, feel free to comment and tell me which ones, because some of them are just ridiculously hard, and I would actually really probably already think to do a tutorial on them, because you know, they're really difficult. So yeah, let's get into this. First one, we've got a couple bum jumps and just general jump ups around the basement area. This area is really fun for trick jumpers and just generally jumping around on this map. Definitely the ultimate juking area if you really want to piss some people off. I always find it fun to be around here. So let's get started. First one is obviously, there's like 3 bum jumps up to white hole, or the white corner rather. And you can kind of just go flying up there. I don't really need to do anything. Nothing too hard, like just kind of crazy jumps. Yes, I've spent like an hour and 5 minutes on this map of doing jumps. Don't judge me. Wow, this is gonna be like every other time I'm gonna miss this jump like a billion times before I hit it. Oh my god, I hit it second try. Those 2 jumps are probably the hardest ones in the in terms of bump jumps in here. This one's a little bit less difficult. You can kind of just do it. That one comes down to feel though. These ones kind of have benchmarks for them that work. You can also spring thrust this, because spring thrusting is more height. Well, it gets exactly the same height as a bum jump. Of course, I don't hit my single frame, so I don't get the clamber. There we go, that's good. Spring thrust. It's actually quite high and no one uses it. Got a prop ghost jump here, which you might think, how do I do a prop ghost jump? I'm just going to clamber this. Well, you just turn around. Time to do it. It's kind of difficult though. If you thrust out of this prop ghost jump too fast, you're going to hit your head and just go flying into the floor like I did the first time. But if you go too late, you won't get the clamber over here. Yeah, that one's probably one of the weirder jumps in this area that no one uses. I did a slide jump off this box somehow, I don't know how. You can get up here with a clamber or even with just a regular jump crouch, it really doesn't matter. If you nudge off and while crouched in here, you can just run across this. This is kind of cool corner. This is a really great spot to watch the barrels for someone going for scattershot. It's really just generally an all-around nice area. You can just straight up jump crouch onto this. I don't know why anyone would stabilize jump it. You can also just jump crouch straight up to here, there's no problem. These you can jump between without having to clamber, along with up to here. Just a general map movement thing that you should really take advantage of. You do need to crouch at the end of them and to clear your landing. This one, not so much. But yeah, who needs sprint, right? Now we're going to move on to jumping up to catwalk. There's quite a few ways to do this, not just a box. There was an old way where you would just spam jump as you thrust slid at this. Now you can just thrust sliding kneecap it. It's really not as hard as it seems. You can do it without stabilize, you can do it with. It really doesn't bother me. Yeah, how you do it. You can do a thrusting kneecap from over here. Of course, I've jumped way too early. First time I've failed that in a long time. But if you do them right, you will get straight over. No problem. You can do that same thrust jump for this is a thrusting over jump. Thrust jump's different. You can do that same thrust jump anyway. If you stabilize, you'll get over without clamber, but make more noise. But if you clamber, you don't need to stabilize. Pick your poison, I guess. You can also theoretically do the thrust sliding kneecap off this, although I don't see much point. You can spring jump up to here. That's just a basic spring jump, nothing really fancy. You can walk at this, and spring jump up to the catwalk. It's a little bit difficult, you've got to really be confident in spring jumps. And just generally got to be able to get over and get the distance. You can also spring thrust it if you really don't feel like failing it and having to recover really weirdly. If you're doing it with just walking, a little bit easier. At a time that you don't get as much distance. You can also spring thrust to the catwalk behind you. You can do it forward or backwards. I just did it backwards for style points. Seems legit. And you can jump up onto this. I like to do a late spring jump to get up. It's a little bit more difficult than just regularly doing a stabilized jump or anything up here. You can stay up here for as long as you want, and then you can just jump over here. You don't need clamber, I just fucked up my spring jump. You can do a thrust slide, I jump stabilized, a bum jump up to here, grab the clamber. There's 2 clamber points on this, one on the bottom bar and one on the top. No idea why. Don't ask me. Alternatively, you can just momentum spring this, just with a stabilize, and you'll be able to clamber up. Gets you pretty much the same height, maybe a little bit less. You can just jump crouch this to clamber it. You will clamber the lower ledge though if you jump crouch it, so I just recommend spring jumping it. If you don't want to look like an ass. You can also sliding kneecap these. Get really easy jumps, not even a problem. I'm also going to fail this one now because I just said it's not even a problem, just kidding, I managed to hit it. And bum jump up to the snipe, really simple, really great for getting snipe early here than your opponents expect. A lot of people don't know about that, I don't know why no one uses it. It's probably one of the easiest. You could alternatively, if you want to be much safer, do a bum jump off this rail. I'll show that off. And that's a little bit more guaranteed if you can hit bum jumps really well. On precision objects like that. You can thrust jump off this if you really felt like it, but it's kind of pointless considering the fact that you can just spring jump up here without a thrust. Maybe you want to be faster than everyone else to that next bridge area, but either way, it's really not that great. You can do a really nifty stabilized jump, replacement of that spring jump, because who really needs a spring jump if you can stabilize jump really well? Especially on this ledge, like you can just stabilize jump it really easily. Of course, we have more things that you can do. Jump crouch here. This you don't actually have to clamber, you can also jump crouch that. You can't jump crouch this, you will need to spring jump this, not to clamber it. And then you can just walk forward, thrust and crouch in here as an alternative way to get up. Here's the other ways to get up here. You can secure the stronghold from here if you really wanted to. Ooh, it's a great spot if you know that no one's going to be looking at you here, and they're going to just be walking up in that area. Alternatively, if you play a community tournaments, if they move the stronghold to here, you can just jump up into here and crouch down. Basically no one can see you, but you can still shoot, you can still kind of peek shot them through that Up through there. It kind of looks like you just shoot through the wall. Not even gonna lie. You can also just walk across this entire edge as opposed to jumping off it. Jump off it, jump up here. You can spring jump, and as you're falling, thrust to get in here while holding crouch. Again, another way to get in here. Good spots. You can just jump straight to this. You can crouch walk off and thrust in on top of the pipe. Of course I fail it, but that gives me opportunity. Haha, intended. Just kidding, it's not. But you can also just spring jump or stabilize jump up to this. Walk off, crouched, thrust into the pipe, and here you go. Sneaky little hiding spot, maybe bait snipe. Just jump straight up to here. Jump across. You can stand in these little nooks. I don't know why you would, but you can. Fun. You can jump down onto this. Here's a spot that basically no one will ever use, but still here. But you can kind of just sit here. Why, I don't know, maybe bait snipe yet again. So many ways to bait snipe on this map. So moving on. This is gonna be. If you're really feeling like you need to do something else, you can pull crazy spring thrusts off on these. Not really much of a problem, as you can tell. Yeah. This spot here isn't really much of a thing. You might be able to use it to just keep away from someone. We're gonna go back through here to do a thrust jump up to white corner. Really easy thrust jump. You don't need that much to do it. You just have to have a little bit of timing. This you can stabilize jump up to, and then jump off the small little panel. The way you can get up here without clambering. You jump out and thrust into here. Continue walking forward to get up. And you can stay up here for as long as you want. You can also go on the other side, which you can clamber. And there are spots on this wall that you can see through. Including here. You crouch, you can kind of see a flash. Flash through it. If you nudge out here, this one's even better because you can just snipe people off the sniper spawn if you really want. As you saw, it rebounded. It did in fact go through, go over and inspect the bullet holes, which are here. Should be one around here. And then one of them hit the weapon pad as well. You can jump into here. Pretty good spot. This basic jump here everyone knows about. You can spring jump off it to not have to clamber. Definitely one of the better ways to get up here. Alternatively, if you don't want to clamber and you still want to get up here really quickly, you can just jump crouch off that. This is always more protected. It's definitely just genuinely a better edit jump. I can't speak today. You can also just jump off this light. I don't know why it's here, but you can jump off the light to get up without clamber as well. Of course, it's a little bit harder because you actually have to curve it. But there you go. Jumping off lights to avoid clambering. You can spring jump on top of this light, or you can just jump from the stairs. I prefer the spring jump. Weird light, cheeky ground, I guess. Pretty much it with the light. You don't really use it for anything because those are blocked. And just to prove that, I can show you. Jump up here, jump thrust. Yeah, you can't get in it. It doesn't matter how hard I try. I've never gotten in it. So, we can also go up and nudge ourselves up onto this ledge, and we can do a thrust jump straight up. A lot of people know this one, but have trouble doing it. You want to thrust and immediately hold jump afterwards. That will jump you on the first possible frame, and you will get the little bit of height that you need. You can do this with stabilize and without stabilize. Alternatively, you can spring thrust from just about anywhere in here to get up. You can also bump jump it if you really feel like it. I don't know why you would, because it's kind of just a waste of time. But then again, I'm also bad, so yeah, you can bump jump it. As always, spring thrusts are the exact same. Also, you can just kind of sit here. This wall is kind of just peek through that as well. I don't know why. Yeah, there's always a whole bunch of fun things to do. In here, we've got a bunker area. It doesn't look like there's anything in here until you start looking up a bit, and then you can notice that you just kind of stand on this. You can jump over here and thrust over here. You don't need to ground pound into here, but I find it most consistent. You can just sprint, jump, stabilize, and then thrust in here, and then you can clamber up here. There is a time to kill, so you probably don't want to be here that long. Well, to get out, you can easily just do a spring thrust as soon as you land. To do a spring thrusting slide jump onto that platform. You can look right through this. No one really I've seen uses this. You can jump off this light to do the same thing to get up there. Honestly, it's just harder. You don't really need it. You can just jump and thrust over into here. You can jump on top of this. Everyone knows about these two spots. You can also stand on this little thing over here. Let's see if I can get on top of it. You can stand on that and on top of the lights. So that's fun. You can clamber this. Get pretty much the spot. Again, a lot of people know about that. Stand on this little thing. Still can't hit that consistently. But yeah, that's a whole bunch of fun. Lights obviously can still be stood on, but still harder. Better than just standing on the first two. Moving on. Got a spot up here that you use spring jump or stabilize jump, whichever one you feel like. And then jump back up to here. You sit up here. Just be careful because you will fall off if you're not going to recover it. You can sit here. I don't know why you would, but yeah, you can. You can ramp jump this to get an easier jump crouch clamber. But you can still just clamber it from here. Really doesn't make much of a difference. From on the front, you can clamber up onto this ledge. It's got a weird clamber point. Not even, I'm gonna lie, I don't like the spot that it has the clamber point. Yeah. Thing. I now have to redeem myself for using that fucking glitch, like seriously. There we go. Got it without a glitch. I absolutely despise that glitch so much. It makes spring jumping so dog shit easy. You can jump crouch up on this side as opposed to jumping off this and then clambering. Don't ask me why anyone jumps off this. The only time that you should be jumping off this is to come out this way and come around. Pretty nice way. Need to come through. Got this spot here. Everyone knows about this. Can do a spring jump up from here, stand up here. Again, not sure of the use of this, but still a great spot. Of course, we're in this area now, so we might as well do this thrusting over jump where you go from here to up to Tower 2. Sorry, I'm spit in my mouth, so I can't really talk that well. It's pretty difficult. You can't do the drop thrust variation. You do need to do a good thrusting over jump as opposed to the drop thrust. You can jump on this stabilized jump up to tower wall. Alternatively, you can also jump on this to either spring jump out up to here, or prop ghost jump if you're not very confident with spring jumps. Obviously, I have to set a spring jump, so you're guaranteed to know that I can't spring jump that. I had to get the exact same jump. That's why I jump on it while standing and then crouch in. This area, we're still in this area, so it's a good idea to learn that this panel here can be jumped off to get up, like so. There is also a ghost ledge on this wall that you can jump off to get up here without clambering. There is a spring jump you can do to get up here with a stabilize and clamber. Very, very practical, but also kind of pointless due to a spring thrust that exists on this map, where you can spring thrust from Tower 1 to Tower 2 without really that much extra. It's still really hard and I hate it. If you want to hit it, you can. This is difficult. You can also hit it with a bump jump, however, bump jump is arguably more difficult than the spring thrust, so yeah, have fun. You can also do this jump here in Tower Alley, or Tower Stairs, this is called, but I just call it Tower Alley. You'll zigzag. You can do this jump up to here. A lot of people know of it. What a lot of people don't know is you can just do that same jump on the other side. Need to get to the other side of tower. It's much harder and takes a lot more time to get down. I found this on my own. I'm just waiting around and practicing another jump. Jump crouch up into here and spring jump out. You will need a thruster to stay to get up there though, which is why this is not exactly as practical as it could be. You're burning your thrust for a little bit of distance. You can probably get this without the thrust, it's just so much easier with it. Alternatively, you can also come in here. There's a pressure launch here that you can do. It's kind of the first one that was found in this game. You can also just spring jump up out of the pressure launch and thrust back onto the platform. You can land on these lights. I don't know why, but you can land on those lights. You can stand in here. Yeah. This is more than just a useful spot though. You can actually just jump up from it. Let's do it. I didn't jump hard enough. Trying again. And you can get that jump. There's a more difficult jump to do with this spot, where you go over to there. It's more of a late spring thrust, and it takes so much more time to get down. You can realistically clamber that out on the side if you really want to. But you know, you can jump off this to get up here without clambering. You can get up here by just jump crouching. You can pretty easily. You can stabilize to delay your fall to get up here. You can spring thrust off this to get up here. You can also just spring jump to get up here with clamber. Spring thrust doesn't require clamber. There's a small ledge here that you can stand on to late jump out and get the clamber. I did that with a spring jump, but you can do it with just regular crouch jump. You've got a spring jump here from the window out to top of tower. Easy, it's really not that hard. I should note my callouts for this is tower 1, tower 2, tower 3, tower 4, and then tower 5, which I'll show you how to get to later. That does it a little bit for the tower, we'll come back to that. You can still do prop ghost jumps off this, to crouch and clamber up, getting an easy clamber up to there if you can't spring jump and just do it this way. It's also very practical if you don't want to get up. If you can spring jump really well out of prop ghost jump, first jump, and you'll be able to get up there without any problem. And you don't need any clamber amber for it. Although I can't actually hit that jump. I will release a video when I hit it. It's difficult. You can use this little thing on the ground. I've just walked into a wall. Thrust jump up to old snipe spawn. You can also use it to thrust jump from the R base to the Whitehall area. On the note of Whitehall, you can run across this wall both ways. Kind of easy to crouch off there. You had to get it on the other side, but you don't have to. You can also use this thrust jump to get up here to like the engine platform on treehouse area. Coming back to this area, you can just straight up crouch jump and clamber this. Remember not to ever spam and crouch a lot, so yeah, because if you do spam crouch a lot, you're just not going to get up here. If spamming crouch doesn't increase your height, it actually makes you fall faster, which is why the Gandhi hop was effective. You can do a thrust slide into a spring jump to get up here. You not burn your thrust nearly as much. You burn your thrust back there, which means that you only have to wait 2 seconds when you're up here in order to start shooting, in order to be able to thrust again, as opposed to the full 4 seconds that you would otherwise. If you really don't care about that kind of thing, you bum jump straight up to here, but you'll be clambering for the 0.8 seconds, which is kind of inconsequential to be honest. You can also do it to the other one. I don't know why I slid from geometry. I know that I can't do that. I had to get a bum jump. I vectored off the wall. Feels bad, man. Yeah, you can do a bum jump over here. I don't know why I'm rushing it and doing it from so close. I can just do it from back here. Easy. I say it as I fail it 3 times before I hit it the first time. You can also do a kind of mini spring thrust, or no, you can do a mini thrust jump off that. Had to get up here. It can be done with no clamber. I've tested it. I'll try and hit it for you. I'll give it like 3 attempts. Ah, that would have actually worked had I not stabilized so early. That was bad. There we go. No clamber. Love how I said I'd give it 3 attempts and it only took me 3 attempts. You can edge out on this wall. Like you can just jump crouch straight up to here. Alternatively, if you don't want to spend the time edging out or you jumped on it weirdly so you can't really be bothered uncrouching, you can just spring jump out of it to get up here without clambering as well. It should be noted that you can sprint on this wall, which means that you can hit kind of crazy jumps. Jumps across here, over to here. That's a really nice jump to hit, and it's honestly more useful than quite a lot of jumps on this map. You can thrust jump off these. Used to get yourself over to Tower 2 without clambering in an alternative way. Again, you're burning your thrust, you're not really going to be wanting to do this often. Very specific scenario where you'd want to get over that side as opposed to coming into here. And here it is. Holy shit, I'm actually failing this so hard. I don't know why. Fuck it. Apparently my stick doesn't want to function correctly. It's kind of annoying. Bruh. You can spring jump or stabilize jump up onto this. It's honestly just so much easier to spring jump it, but you can stabilize jump it just as easily with enough practice. And you get over to here really quickly without clamber, but you burn your thrust. Little escape route that you can do from up here at Yellow Pipes if you were really you kind of fucked. Is just thrust sliding off that over to here. You're at underpass. You can challenge for snipe if you need. If your teammate needs you to help challenge, that's probably your fastest way over. You can also do it into the treehouse. However, that takes a lot of precision, and I don't want to do that right now. Call me lazy if you want. You can also get up here. This is another spot that I call Tower 4. No, right? And you can stand up here. I know that a lot of people don't like this spot because it's really hard to get into and it's sort of unfair. But it's still a thing. After we move through the rest of these jumps, I'm going to move on to some more interesting things like super slides that we've found and fun stuff like that. You can spring jump, stabilize and thrust up into here to stay crouched up here. It's possible on all of these wall panels. It's just much harder on this one because it is higher. You can get up here, you can also get up on the other side. This one's just the most easy to demonstrate, as you can see. On all of the walls on this map, you can stand underneath them as long as they're shaped like this. It's much harder to get onto this one. You will need to jump at it and hope that you get in. Simple. If you're over here, you can do a bum jump underneath it, underneath underpass to get there. If you're not a complete potato, you won't fail immediately like I did. That's honestly not that bad of a jump. We've got another one here, which is a spring jump. You can spring jump off these little panels to get to higher places. This one's definitely really specific to here. It's better with momentum because you can just curve yourself a lot easier when you've got more momentum behind you. You don't need the thrust. However, if you really need to save yourself, that's a good one to use. Showing off a bit more, there's a small little pole here that you can spring jump onto to land on. It's kind of difficult to land on, but when you land on it, pretty well hidden. But you've got this big thing flying in front of your face. Might not want that. I have a pretty cool peek into there. You can't really see anyone, but your reticle will go red. And you can see into there. You can also just wait here for someone to pop out and backsmack them. It's kind of a weird spot. More notable things around this area that might not have been found yet, you can spring thrust off this area here to clamber up onto the tower ledge. It's definitely very hard to hit a good spring thrust into it, and but it does have multiple recoveries that you can do if you don't get the spring thrust, such as clambering onto there, over there, as you've seen me do, and just genuinely be continuing with your run. Moving outside onto the outside ledge. This is a great hiding spot in a way. You can kind of just sit here. No one will really look here. Just genuinely no one will look around this area. You can both bum jump and spring thrust this jump here. I'm not going to attempt the bum jump because I'm just going to instantly die, and I know I can't undo it because, yeah, great. But that bum jump is difficult. If you want to do it, you can. I'll give it one attempt. I know I just said I wouldn't attempt it, but now I'm actually wanting to attempt it. Yeah. I fucked that up really hard, didn't I? Oh well. That's a difficult bum jump. I prefer to videos carrying on very far and very long. We need to. So we're going to continue on with a couple of things. I won't hit these jumps because these are things that I've more been trying to work on rather than not actually being able to do them. But this jump here is possible. This jump here is possible with a sliding kneecap or a thrust sliding kneecap. Wall. It is very hard to get the height and not hit the ledge just above. Thrust sliding one is much more forgiving and will basically let you hit the jump more consistently, and is faster, but it also burns your thrust. Not something that you... There is a thrust jump that I've done. You've probably seen it before. You thrust off that little ledge and clamber onto the side of tower ledge. I will attempt it a couple of times. It's a very difficult jump that people don't think that isn't practical in any way, but is still kind of just a challenge for people that feel like they're up to it. Quite his way. Okay, it's a difficult jump to do. A lot of very strong jumpers and people that just are able to jump really well have trouble hitting this. And it's definitely one of those jumps where you really need to time it. Weird things about the tower, we can kind of just walk off and stand on this ledge a little bit. There is a ledge just outside of the tower that you can stand on, which is right here. Of course, I managed to save jump onto it and then I jumped off. This isn't exactly that hard to get to, but it's still quite a nuisance to get onto. Yeah. You can do super jumps, which are nade spring thrusts in my terminology. If you're coming from anyone that calls a bum jump a super jump, then yeah, this is what an actual super jump is. I'm going to use the literal name, nade spring thrust, because that's what it is. and you can get up to places like this. Still a really cool spot, and one that no one uses. And yeah, you can also get up to Tower 5 using it. Now you might think Tower 5, that doesn't really exist. Well, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, but that's where you're standing. If you really want to do it, you can do it. I'm going to show off a nerdy nade that someone found. And credit to Zombies for this one. People might not know him, but it's one of my friends, and this is a really nerdy nade. I figured out ways to make it even worse. So that's a pop frag, and depending on the angle that you throw it at, will depend on where it explodes on them. It's really weird, and honestly, if you use this in a real match, then you deserve a fucking medal, because there's no way that you could do that on the fly. I just accidentally, while you're flying past here, like, no way that you'd do that. In this area, there's really not a huge amount you can shoot through the floor in here with the scatter shot. I'm not sure where it is, but I know that you can do it. I think you just push your scatter shot through the floor and kill them. It's kind of weird. In this area, we can actually shoot. So if we crouch here, we shoot in an area around this area, around here. See that little thing there? You can tell I've been shooting at it. So if we just have our reticle here, seems really weird, right? We just shot down the camera platform. We have no one else in the game. So clearly you just shot it down. You can also shoot through the wall here. Just about everyone knows that. And you can also get inside this wall. It's kind of difficult. It's not patched. You can still do it. Easier on a version of the map that doesn't have an invisible block in this area, which is pretty much no version of it. As you saw, I just got pushed out through the side of the wall. This is kind of like a Halo shield bump in a way, and it does take quite a bit of practice to get it down. I haven't done it very much, therefore it isn't really consistent for me.
You appear to be indestructible.
I just know how to get in very easily, because late jumping is easy. Just to prove that this is the patched version of the rig, instead of doing anything crazy that would basically break the game, I'm just going to jump over here and try and thrust in.
How regrettable.
Oh damn it, I hit the kill boundary. Yeah, I must have curved a bit too much.
Self-termination. How regrettable.
So that I just tried to clamber a spot that I could previously clamber. And to get in there, you can't get there now. Which really sucks, because I wish that you could. Moving on, we're going to do a couple slide jumps. This is Halo 3 style slide jumps instead of Halo 5. But you just jump off the incline, you can go right under and appear on the other side of the wall. Same with up at top tower, but this one is super slide. Now I know what you're thinking, super slide was patched. How is it possible? Well, it's not technically a super slide, but you do it at the bottom of a ramp, if you slide just right, you'll go flying, as you just saw. You can also do slide jumps off anything that is inclined, including this, when and scram pound it down, or nade it down. You can also do slide jumps off that.
Self-termination. How
Easy win.
regrettable.
Yeah, that's what I think. Kind of weird. Anyway, back to the wall. Special properties about this wall: you can glitch through the top into Whitehall. You can come straight out the side if you get pushed into the wall at a spot where you're just there. Or you can be pressure launched out by this when it comes up, when it gets shot, and you'll go flying up towards tower. Now we'll get inside the wall, and there we go. We're inside the wall at the spot that you can get pushed out into the top of the base. You can see the outside, and there you go. You just got pushed through the floor. Anyway, that's gonna end this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is about 46 minutes long, and it is actually ridiculous. Just editing might make this a little bit better, ever in terms of length. I don't know if I'll even edit this. I might even just raw upload it straight in there. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have any questions on these jumps, please message me on Discord. It's pretty much always in the description of the video. Join my Discord if you want. Join the Halo Jumps Discord for basically all of the crazy shit that I do. And yeah, if you follow my social media, you can. Really doesn't bother me. You'll find out when I speak and I do things on there. I haven't showed every jump on this map in full detail. If you want to see other jumps on this map, I'd be happy to do them. New jumps are found pretty much every day, if I'm honest. Like, I really don't think that it's beyond the stretch of the imagination that we'll still be finding jumps on this game, even for the next couple of years. So this is going to be titled for around this date. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Seriously, I think that if you're at the end of this video, then you clearly have enjoyed and you've clearly enjoyed this. So subscribe, give it a thumbs up, I really don't care. Just do whatever the hell you want with it, share it around, and if you feel like it. I'll see you guys later. Holy shit. That is a lot of fucking jumps, like, Jesus.